Hi, I'm Dave with Galco. I want to talk about the most important part of firearms, and that's safety. Now, firearms are mechanical devices. Set down, left alone, they're not dangerous. It's the way we handle them or the way we behave with them that can become dangerous. Now, to keep yourself and everybody else safe, there's four basic rules, four safety rules that we're going to follow. We're going to talk about each one and a little bit about what it means. Rule number one, treat all firearms as if they are always loaded. What this means is, whenever you come across a firearm, whether it's your own firearm that you've put down and gone back to, somebody else hands to you, or you're getting ready to go to a range or a hunting trip, treat it if it's loaded. Now, there are going to be times, obviously, you're going to want to unload a firearm. If you're going to clean it, perform maintenance, do dry practice, or try out your new holster, you're going to want to make sure that the gun is unloaded. And even though you've unloaded it yourself and verified it is unloaded, you still treat it as if it is loaded, and the other rules are still going to apply. Rule number two, never point the firearm at anything you're not willing to shoot. This includes you, others, places others may be, or any property that you do not want to destroy. Some people will tell you, imagine a laser beam coming out the end of the muzzle. Anything that laser beam touches, it destroys. So you kind of can use that as a guide to make sure that you're not pointing the firearm at something that you're not willing to shoot. Rule number three, keep your finger off the trigger until you intend to shoot. Now, it's not just off the trigger, it's away from the trigger, high up on the frame. This is where your finger should be anytime that your sights aren't on target and you're not shooting. So keep it up here, it keeps bad things from happening. A lot of times, under stress, what one hand does, the other hand is likely to imitate. It's called interlimb interaction or a sympathetic squeeze. So under stress, if this hand does something, this hand may do the same thing, causing the gun to fire. The same thing, the same effect can happen if you lose your balance and start to fall or slip, or if you get startled. There's been cases where people hear a bump in the night and they pick up their gun and they go to clear it, check their house, finger on the trigger, and they get startled and they pull the trigger, unintentionally shooting somebody. So make sure that your finger stays off the trigger until your sights are on target and you intend to shoot. Rule number four is be sure of your target and what's beyond it. Now, whether you're on the range shooting paper or steel, or you're hunting and you're shooting game animals, or if you have to use your firearm in self-defense, it is imperative that you positively identify your target and you don't shoot something unintentionally, or worse, someone unintentionally. In a self-defense situation, you may be perfectly justified to shoot in self-defense, but if you shoot the wrong person, you're still liable for that. And when we say what's beyond the target, what that means is sometimes bullets can go through your intended target and continue on downrange. Sometimes you can miss, the target can move, there's a few variables there, so that bullet might not strike your target or might go through your target and continue going downrange. Whatever that bullet ultimately hits has your name on it and you are responsible for it. So it's very, very important that you positively identify your target and you know what's behind or beyond it. Now, if you follow these four simple rules, it's very unlikely that you're going to have a tragic accident. Follow these rules, keep yourself and everyone around you safe. Thanks for watching.